I had this rule with my old man, and I have it with my son, which is when you're fishing, you can swear. And so we're out fishing, he catches a fish, and I'm trying to get him to take a picture with the fish before we let it go, and it flops out of his hands, and these bass have these little spines on their back, and the fin pokes him in the hand, it falls in the water. He starts to cry, and he's like, oh, and I said, hey, buddy, are you all right? You all right? He said, oh, Dad, I'm about to swear. I said, hey, you know the rules. And he goes, that bass is stupid. Well, I think we say, hey, don't say someone calls someone stupid, that's bad. You shouldn't say that. And he continues to cry. I said, did you feel better? He said, a little bit stupid bass. And I was like, all right, buddy, yeah, now's the time, get it out. And he goes, that stupid bass is a fucking pussy.
I was checking into a hotel, and somebody came out and said, oh, do you need help with your bags? And I thought they were doing a bit. So I went, oh, I've been traveling all day, I have no idea. And then they kept talking like that. So I had to slowly transition out of it. And I know that sounds like an exaggeration of their voice, but then I was back in the country several years later, and they were on TV on Gogglebox, because it was Steph and Dom from Gogglebox.
Isn't that amazing?
So they actually talk like that.
I never knew that was a real hotel bed and breakfast thing.
Yeah.
But you stayed there.
I stayed there.
Yeah.
And accidentally made fun of them to their face.
You have dated British men in the past, I believe.
I wouldn't say dated.
I told you not to talk about this.
I've hung out with...
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Dan, did you like the experience? Were British men fun compared to American men?
Yeah, it's just really funny because when they dirty talk, it's really proper.
You mean grammatically correct?
Yes, grammatically correct and proper. Okay. Would you like me to do this? And you're like, yes.
When I was teaching, I went home one weekend, and I was in my 30s. I went home to see my mother, and while I was at home, my mother did my washing for me, because I was only 33. On the Sunday night, I got really drunk, and then I went for a curry, and then the next day I went into school, and it was a school in Slough, and they had a really brilliant hearing-impaired department. I went there, and about break time, I felt really uncomfortable. I thought, something's not right, So I went to the toilet, and I pulled my trousers down, and some of my mother's knickers had got mixed up in the wash she'd done, and I was wearing my mother's underwear. And I went, oh, God, no. Oh, I remember going, oh, you loser, this is such a low point, you fucking loser. So I cleaned myself up, and I pulled my mother's pants back up, and I went back into the classroom, and I saw one of the hearing-impaired kids just looking at me like this. And that's when I remembered that I had a microphone directly...
Ryan, you were also a young entrepreneur, weren't you?
I wouldn't say that, no.
Well, didn't your father... What did he wanted you to sell? Was it cellophane he wanted you to sell?
My parents came upon a truck of cellophane somehow. I was asked not to ask too many questions. I didn't. Suddenly there was a basement filled with cellophane, and they encouraged me to go to school and see if I could sell it to my teachers, or put a few in my backpack and try and hawk them at recess, Convince kids that they might be good stocking stuffers for their parents.
What are the uses of cellophane? How did it go?
What do you mean, what's the use of cellophane?
I know the name, but I don't know what you do with it.
You wrap sandwiches in it, it keeps things fresh.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
No. It was an important question. You needed to ask it.
Yeah.
I'm not doing a good job of selling it, obviously, but...
Did you sell it?
There's still some left, if you're interested. think
Now I know it keeps
cut you
things
a deal.
fresh. I want some.
It would be nice if the dream was someone would just say, I'll take all of it. Never happened. It's a weird story. I don't know.
It is a bit weird now you tell it.